be appropriate because, you know, we've been speaking with them about it. My people have been speaking to them about it, and we'll see what happens.
Donald Trump on Fox News last Thursday saying with the big crowds he brings in, he really needs Secret Service protection.
And as first reported exclusively on Newsmax.com, Donald Trump and Ben Carson are getting Secret Service protection. That in a report that happened over the weekend. This announcement, of course, is coming after several threats were made against the two Republican frontrunners.
So they will have that protection. And what will this mean going forward during the campaign? For more on this developing story, we're very pleased to be joined now by Ronald Kessler, author of the book, The First Family Detail. Secret Service agents revealed the hidden lives of the presidents. Ron, let's talk about the history of Secret Service protection for candidates for the presidency. Is there a uniform time where those candidates usually get that Secret Service protection?
No, it's really very complicated. By law, this is a fairly recent law, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, who's Jay Johnson, makes that decision in consultation with leaders from Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, and they base it on such things as polling data, threats, and that whether that person is really a viable candidate before the actual nomination. After the nomination, they would definitely get it regardless. So, for example, in the case of Barack Obama, he got it earlier than any other presidential candidate in May of 2007 because he was getting sort of vague threats on the internet, nothing really major or serious, but he did request it, and so they gave it to him. In the case of the two Republican candidates, as you say, there were threats. Newsmax had a scoop on that. And so they definitely will, are getting it. And now they're also beefing up Hillary's protection. And for all the Secret Service's problems and snafus and scandals, they are the gold standard when it comes to protection, as opposed to private security. For example, Donald Trump has been using private security. Mitt Romney did for about 4 months before he got protection. There's just no comparison.
Ronald, I want to ask you, critics say Trump has the means to pay for his own security. Do they have a point?
Well, no, because private security just cannot compare with Secret Service protection. Secret Service has tremendous resources, backups, training, and they get instantaneous intelligence from other agencies like the FBI. There's just no comparison. And, I think it's long overdue that Donald received protection, given the size of his crowds and the fact that he stirs up the crowds and stirs up emotions. That's always a sign that an assassin may be lurking.
Well, Ron, Bernie Carrick has been on this program, and he talked about knowing quite well the security detail hired by Donald Trump. He gives that detail high marks, but you say the Secret Service, even with the problems of the recent past, just has so much more it can utilize. That makes the big difference, right? About a minute left.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, very well trained. They'll take a bullet for the president or the candidate. They're very brave and courageous. And there's just a whole bunch of levels of protection that they provide that private security simply can't. They're not law enforcement. For example, just on such mundane things as going through airport security with Secret Service, they just zip right by because they are law enforcement, as opposed to private security, which would have to go through regular security procedures. So it makes the life of the candidate easier on the one hand, although on the other hand, it's certainly a burden to have all these agents around.
Ron Kessler, again, we appreciate your time. And Ron, of course, has written the book literally about the Secret Service entitled The First Family Detail. Secret Service agents reveal the hidden lives of the presidents. So how do you feel about this? Trump and Carson getting Secret Service protection. Is it long overdue? Let us know at newsmaxtv.com/comments. And coming up, Bernie Sanders, the big winner of the dim debate. Poll numbers might bear it out.